Hi everyone! As you can see, the Yanmar Mini X is still sitting here in the garage. In the last video, I put this thumb together and installed that, but I'm still missing a proper pin to hold that thumb in place. So I'm going to take a stab at that today. Here's the thumb as installed last time. I've got the old pin, the original pin, that's only about 9 inches long. It's here in place, just kind of barely holding the thumb on. See that side, it's not even run all the way through. So what I need to do is come up with a pin that runs the entire width of the thumb and which will provide grease here in the middle of the arm and also on the bosses on either side of the thumb. So here's my piece of pin material. I should use air quotes when I say pin material because it is just a piece of 1.5 rod. What I need is 38 millimeter rod. I was sold this rod, told it was 38 millimeter. It is not. What I did is I took a flap disc and took it down to approximately 38 millimeters. I am going to try to put grease fittings on this piece of rod. If that's successful, I might buy a proper piece of hardened, chrome-plated, whatever I need rod to replace this. First, we'll see if I can even do this. Here's a drawing I put together of exactly what I need to do with all the dimensions. I actually drew this and sent to an outfit in China. They said they would make custom pins. They said, sure, we can build that. Minimum order 20. Well, I don't need 20, I need 1. So I'll try from the left side to have grease that accommodates the center of the arm and one to accommodate the left bushing on the, or boss, bushing boss on the thumb. Then from the other side, I need a separate grease circ to supply grease to the right hand boss on the thumb. This is a hole where a bolt runs through to fix the pin to the machine. I don't have the proper tools to do all of this. I'm not a machinist by any stretch of the imagination. I do have this drill press. I did purchase a plethora of bits, this really long one, to get me down in. That's an 8-inch, I think 1/4-inch bit. A second 8-inch bit in case one breaks. It's, I guess, a backup is what I was thinking there. And a few other high quality, high-speed drill bits of various sizes, including one that I will tap for the grease circs. So what I'll do is I'll fix this pin into the drill press here to start drilling this hole right down the center. I will start with a shorter bit, and once that runs out, switch to a longer to try to get 156 millimeters down into the pin. I'm gonna slow this down. Right now it's on 650 RPM. We'll go 410 RPM. Take it nice and slow. Wow. Whew. All right, so that hole is almost 6.5 inches deep. While I've got everything set up, I'm gonna go ahead and drill a 5/8 inch hole here that the grease zerk will fit down inside of to be protected. And then I'll go ahead and drill the 9.1 millimeter hole to tap the grease zerk. So we'll work on that now. That might be sufficient. Let's see. Okay, so here's where we are. A 1/4 inch hole down the middle, 3/4 inch, I'd say a countersink hole. Now I'm going to drill it with this 9.1 millimeter bit, because 9.1 is the proper hole size for my grease zerks. Okay, 10-1. All right, hopefully we will hit the channel. Oh, aha! That is success. Wow. Cool. I felt it. Hit that cross channel. Let's verify. Look at that. Now you might be wondering what all these marks are. If you remember in the last video, this rod has been through a lot. So that's why ultimately I might want to get a different rod. This is kind of the test rod, or the temporary rod. Of course, it's only temporary if it doesn't work. Wow, that's really nice. Now I need another one here. I'm going to do that a smaller hole, maybe 1/8 inch hole, to make sure there's more. I'd rather have more grease here than out here. All right, that's through to the channel. So then this side of the pin should be done. I did have to make sure that this would clear the end of my grease zerk, and I did some measurements and I'm good there. So that grease should come in and out there. That's it. Now I'm going to do some measurements on the length. I've got to cut it off, and then I've got to just make one more port like this on this other side, and then a bolt hole to go through that fixes the pin to the machine. So I'll do some measurements and then bring it back. Okay, I just cut the pin off at 13.5 inches, which is the length I need. Now, I just need to drill and make a grease zerk and port on this side, identical to the other side. I'm not sure if it matters, but on the original pin, the grease zerk is lined up with the hole, the bolt hole. So I'll do that also. I need to drive it in as far as I want it. I want it out about an 1/8 inch on this side and a 1/2 inch on that side. That looks about right. Now I have some bushings to put in to fill these gaps, so I want to split the difference. For now, I'll just tap it, which that's now about the same gap here on both sides. That looks perfect. All right. Okay, I gotta get it back out. Okay, it's all lined up. This is the last hole. All right, that should be the end of the drilling. Very nice. Let's put the grease zerks in and put a grease gun on it and see some grease flow. Okay. I can't hold everything, so I'm gonna pump with one hand, push down with another, and let's see if we get grease. So we definitely have grease there, but I wanna see it come out that bottom hole. So maybe if I keep my thumb over that hole, there it comes. Nice. Well, that's my concern, that when I pump, I'll always get more out of this first hole. Well, this grease distribution problem between those two holes really bothered me. So I went back later and I actually put a small weld on top of that, over that top hole, and then filed it down so there was just a pinhole left for grease to come out, and that really fixed the problem. So now I get plenty of grease in that lower hole and just enough grease to the top hole, so I feel much better about it now. That's not captured in the video, but I just wanted to add that in right now. Let's check this other one. There it is. All right. All right, these are some kind of a Teflon shim. Okay. I think that might work. Maybe. Yeah. That's it. Wow. Now let's grease it while it's in there. So there's grease on the outside. It's the inside I'm concerned about, so I'll just pump it up with a bunch. Hey, that wraps it up. I'm really stoked. That thumb's done, ready to go. So I will, maybe by the end of the week, get it out to the farm so I can put it back to work. Thanks for watching.